Yeah, anyway, about the fruit. The reason I wanted to say about the fruit and why I have all this is not to brag. Um, in the last video I made, or if I edited it into one video, I don't know how to do that yet. But I noticed there's a lot of fake divines out there. I was just watching TikTok and I finally get upset. I'm like, and I actually get on there because God tells me to go on there. A lot of times, I do what God tells me. And it was basically, sometimes I'm like karma almost in a way. I don't know what I am. I'm just a man that works for God. I'll put it that way. Just a man that does what God tells me to do. You know. At one time, I was not a man of God. At one time, I didn't know God. Now I know God, and I do whatever God tells me to because I love Him very much. But but yeah, as like I said about the property and stuff, you can tell by my fruits I am who I say I am. So you can trust me. You can trust me. And I I think a lot of my battles I've been through, like, see, I get sent on missions a lot for God. God sends me on missions. And like like a preacher, they go to church and they preach to the people they want to. And I'm not talking Jesus God. I'm talking God, the creator of the universe. I'm talking God, whoever you think God is. I'm not a preacher. It's like I won't preach to. I'm not going to say which ship to jump on or anything like that. That's all your belief. I'm going to tell you that God is real. There's a higher power, and it's awesome. And I could, as hard as it is, it's been very, running with the divine is very, very lonely, hard, stressful, very, it's not all great, but but I wouldn't want to go any other, I wouldn't want to go the other way. I wouldn't want to not know God. I'd rather be a poor man and live under a bridge with nothing and be the richest man in the world and not know God.
Hey, you want to go help me pound the boundary line?
Yeah, in a little bit. I'm making a video. Thank you.
Well, you can come make one.
See right there. That's a demonic energy right there. See that? See how a demonic energy just showed up as I was making a video, trying to ruin my video. I'm in the middle of nowhere. There's one person in my entire life, and she shows up as I'm making a video for God. And the camera quit 3 times. Isn't that nuts? And in my Harley shed. All this is all gifts from God. And I earn it. I do whatever He tells me to. I'm making this video. So yeah, a lot of people ask me, some people will come to me and say, oh, I don't know God even, a lot of people, because I work with a lot of people that have some dark backgrounds and stuff, you know what I mean? And I do too. I definitely have not been living the most healthy life, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you, the more you move towards God, the more holier you're moving in life, the more every dark energy is coming for you. I'm going to tell you that right now. I used to actually talk about God to everybody right off the bat when I started meeting them. And then I noticed that people weren't strong enough for it. And I actually almost, I noticed that people, if well, look at my mom, I'm so divine that whatever, like around here, right? This place isn't haunted, but it's haunted. If you came here, like a supernatural investigator or whatever, they'd come here. This place is so haunted. But it wasn't always haunted. It's haunted because I'm here. There's them energies that are here for me. Same as my mother. She's been, like there's a portal in my room, and it's there for me. You know what I mean? If I wasn't here, I don't think things would be here. I think they would be wherever I go in this. Because my relationship with God is that big. We have that close of a relationship that when you're that close to God, just like you're gonna have a lot of evil coming for you, you know. And I spent a lot of time in evil territories, more than I have in holy territories, you know. And but yeah, the more holier you get, you actually do go into battle, like they say. You're going. You got to put on the cloak of battle. You're going into battle, and instantly, yeah. I went from like everybody liked me to boom. All of a sudden, when I found out God was real and started preaching to God and stuff, boom, instant hate. Everybody just hates me, and it's like I'm talking people I used to be able to say anything to. All of a sudden, I'd say something about God, and they're just like, rah, like you could see the demons in them. Shit, like I could see demons. It's like one of my I'm a supernatural guy, very supernatural. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody with it's so supernatural as I am, to be honest. And that's just being honest. I wouldn't lie about it. And with God in front of me, with God as my witness, I would never, that is blasphemy, claiming that I'd be something. If I was claiming that I'm something I'm not, that's blasphemy. So I wouldn't say this if I didn't truly believe it. I am that close to God. Where and I truly feel that way about it. And like I said, that's like I said about the fruits. You can tell by the fruits I have in my life. I've been blessed by God, and I've also been tested. I've went through tests. I went through tests, and I've been through battles. Since I'm 42 years old, I've been through some battles against me, against the evil, the divine, the devil, the whatever you want to call it. My soul has been through battles, not just in this lifetime, over lifetimes. And see, I'm not a Christian. I don't want to say Christian, because if you're a man of a Christian man, wouldn't believe that you don't believe in reincarnation and stuff like that. But I don't believe anything to do with man. I don't believe. I don't. It's not that I don't believe it. I don't listen to anything that man says. My beliefs are all what God tells me. Like a lot of people, like I laugh because I watch these TikTok videos and these spiritualists and stuff like that, and right out the bat, I can tell whether they truly believe what they're preaching and what they're selling, but they're not. But all it is just they pick what they heard from the next guy. You know what I mean? They're like, I like the sound of that. I'll go with that. I didn't like this. A lot of people, like a lot of Christians, they like the sound of the whole thing, but then when you get to hell, they don't like that. And I personally don't believe in hell the same way it is in the Bible, to be honest. Whether I might be completely wrong, though. I would never want to. I don't preach, like I said. I would never. Do not take that as me saying that hell's not real. I just believe it's something different than the message in the Bible as people take it. I believe hell is real, but it's in a different. My view on it is different. How it is, I believe that if you die as a man, like my dad was a mean, miserable, fucking irritated, miserable human being. Do you think he died and all of a sudden, the minute he crossed over, he's a happy-go-lucky running around in fields, rolling in fucking the hay and with a smile on his face and dancing and swinging? And
Are you getting a horse?
No, I'm just saying about heaven and hell.
I thought you were getting a horse.
I'm just saying, no, maybe if I wish I. See this though. See how it's entertaining. See how they're trying to destroy my video. See that interfering with my video. That is proof right there too. Trying so hard to destroy this video. That's proof right there. It's trying. That's why I walked out here to shoot this video, to get away from everybody. Trying so hard to destroy this video. And I've had it happen hundreds of times I've been trying to make videos, and all of a sudden it's like when I was, luckily I haven't been working, so that's why I haven't been making a lot of videos. But yeah, when I was at work, I used to have to try to break away from the guys just to make a video. And they would come find me. I'd be in the bathroom pretending I'm taking a shit trying to make a video, and they'd be fucking knocking on the door like, what are you doing? You know, like I couldn't even shit. Because it's like the demons could tell that I was making a video for God. And it's like, that's how, like I said, the closer you get, the holier you get, the more demonic energies or whatever are gonna be on, gonna be in your life, you know. Just like earlier, I was watching a TikTok lady, right? God sends me on TikTok, and you know, sometimes, like as a man of God, like as a worker of God, my job is to pray for people, bless people, pray for blessings. Be like, God, here, can you bless, you know? And God kind of tells me, you know, bless this person or whatever. Or one of my biggest things is I basically am a sacrifice. I let God sacrifice me, basically, in a way. I give God permission to use and abuse me. And, you know, that's the hardest job I do, is let them use me and abuse me. And it's a thing. I do it as a job. I do it as a job for God. And, you know, like, say God sends me into somebody's life, I might be put there as a test. And say I'm on your video, on your live, and a lot of them can feel my energy right off the bat. I'm not gonna lie, I have an energy that, like, most people can never even imagine. It's a real spiritual person can feel my energy a mile away. They ain't ever felt nothing like it. Some people, you know, I don't know. I'm just to me, I'm just a man. But some people can feel my energy from a mile away. And over videos, there could be 4,000 people watching a video and watching a live. And then I click on that, they can feel me. And most of them think it's evil. Most of them, they say they're working through the Holy Spirit, but yet a divine sent by God clicks on their live, and they think it's an evil presence. Who's the evil one? You know, they never felt such a holy presence on their live that they think it's evil. They're doing throwing salt on themselves, and all it is a man of God just clicked on their video, and they can feel my energy, and they think it's evil. It's like, and but that's what I mean. I work for God, and that's what I mean. I sacrifice. It's a sad feeling, to be honest. I don't like it, to be honest, but I gave God permission to use me and abuse me like that, you know.
Excuse me, Eric.
I'm making a video, please.
I know.
I'm making a video. I'm sorry. Give me a minute. I'm almost done. See that? Oh, but yeah, I forgot what I was even saying. I'm sorry. Anyhow, I forgot my train of thought. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I let God use me and abuse me. But like I said, it's funny though. Yeah, they actually feel a real divine, like a divine energy. And like I said, I'm just a real man, but I don't know, the spirit of God is in me, and when they feel that energy, it's something they never been hit with before. And earlier, and I think God uses some of them. Some of them, like I'm not gonna shout out any names. And I can tell another one that works for God or a true divine. I could a real supernatural human that's the real deal. I can tell, you know, like these card readers and that. I can tell instantly. Out of all of my gifts that I have received from the supernatural, the heavens, my favorite gift, I think the most valuable gift that I have, is being able to spot the real divine, my fellows, my other people of God. And I could spot them a mile away, and I could spot the fakes a mile away. And it's a gift and a blessing. For one, it sucks because you can tell, when people are just lying to you all day long, and you can, like, for one, I can, some would say I'm not chosen or whatever. I don't like to say chosen. I don't know. I don't call people chosen. I'm not a chosen, but someone classifies me a chosen, a hermit, whatever, But for one, it's a blessing as to be able to tell people right off the bat, and then it's also a curse. For one, it hurts when you know that people are just lying to you because I hate liars. It's lying to me is like disgusting, and I can sense it. Like I can tell when somebody's lying, and it's gross. It's gross. And that's another thing about it too, is I'll pick up on like people's energies, or if I'm around like a fucking dirtbag, their energy is disgusting to me. Like I can feel it, just like I feel gross being around them. Certain people are just disgusting. They have like a disgusting energy to me. And that's something I never used to get when I was younger and stuff. And then all of a sudden, the more you work for God, you'll start to notice that stuff. You can feel their energy, and it's disgusting. They're just a liar, a thief. They're no good. And it's just being around them is just a horrible feeling. It's just a dirty, nasty feeling, dude. I can feel their energy. When their energy is just disgusting, it sucks. And the more you work for God, the more you're going to be around them people too. You're not going to have just holy people walking in your life. 90% of the people you meet are going to be that energy. This is my experience. And it sucks. It's sad. Very lonely. Very lonely way to live, It's a good life, but it's got its pros and cons, But yeah, it's very lonely because, you're going to be around a lot of disgusting people like that. And you're putting their life as a test for them, basically. God basically blessed them. God has put you in their life. If you're a divine, or you're a person of God, and you're one like me, you're basically a gift to certain people. God sent you to basically like as a blessing, like say a certain person, they don't know about God or whatever. God has sent me and so many people, like probably 200 people, that made it like their lives were going to shit or whatever like that. Or they had great lives, one or the other. Sometimes he sends me into their life to humble them, one or the other. Some people are to be humbled, some people are to be blessed, some people are to be, some people on karma. And most of them, I'm there for karma. Put me in their lives, and I'll tell you what, we're blessed right out the bat, and this and that, and people are blessed for being around me. Like I'm blessed. I was just telling you some of my stuff that I have, and this is just because I work for God. I was blessed, and then people being around me, they can respect me, that follow me, and we all just and they're blessed too. And God can also take them blessings away. And if I don't choose to leave them when God tells me to leave them, I get knocked down too. Unfortunately, it's very hard too. I've had many, many, many people God told me to leave, and I didn't. And guess what? I tasted it too. I just went through this not too long ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. I went through this, and humbled. God told me to get out of there. I didn't. And he ended up pulling me out of there. And it sucked, But yeah, most people you're going to be around are karmic. And it's a lonely place. But yeah, he'll also send me onto these lives though too. And it's funny because the ones that are, I see the ones that are, they're the real deal. They're great. I can sense their energy. Their energy's amazing. They're just beautiful people. Beautiful people. They're on YouTube. Not gonna say any names. I'd love to give them a shout out. Maybe someday if I ever talk to them, I will. Beautiful energies, just beautiful people. Beautiful, amazing. I'm so happy to know that these people are in this world with me. Because up until a year or two ago, I thought I was all alone. I thought I was like a freak of nature. I used to always consider myself like, the guy Powder. There's a movie called Powder. All white albino guy. I always thought I was like Powder. Just a freak of nature. Because, being supernatural is not easy, It's actually been a relief since I found out about all these like tarot card readers and stuff, just knowing that I'm not the only one in this world. It's not like normal. Where you live so, it's not easy having like gifts and abilities and living in a supernatural world in a normal world. I mean, if I told 99% of I could tell 100% of the world that I know personally about what I did last night and what I had happen in the last week or whatever, and they think I'm nuts. Everybody I know thinks I'm nuts and stuff, and all I do is tell the truth. All I do is tell the truth. About supernatural and stuff like that, and like miracles and stuff. Like me, I'm a healer. I have healing capabilities. All right, I can heal people. I can't. Forgive me, God. I can't heal anybody. But God lets me pray for people for healing. And, whether it's mental, physical, or sexual, I can lay my hands on people and they can be healed if God wants them to be healed. I don't know how it works. I don't know. God hasn't told me, and like I said, I don't listen to man. Some people have tried to tell me how it works, but I don't. God hasn't told me how it works, so I don't know. I don't listen to. I could have 5,000 spiritualists tell me how this stuff works, and I'm not gonna believe it until God tells me how it works. Just like I won't read a Bible and think, I listen to the Bible, and what I take from it that I think is real, that's fine. God, if God proves it is real to me, where that saying, if you know, you know. If I feel it's real, I think it's real. But don't forget that Bible. That book has been around for 4,000 years. So don't forget, men have molested it. For all I know, men have molested that book. I don't. Maybe they haven't. Maybe it's all God's word, 100%. I don't know.
Eric,
What? What?
it's not the word.
I'm making a video. Please.
God himself
See
is
this?
the word.
This is what I'm talking
I
about.
am the word, the way.
One person in this whole 30 acres. There's one person in 30 acres. And there's one person within 30 acres and they're gonna ruin this video. See how this works? That's not proof right there. Within 30 acres, there's one person and they're gonna ruin this video that God's having me make. If that ain't proof right there. Like she can't even help it. She's gotta ruin this video. And it's not her, it's what I'm talking about. It's not her doing it. It's not her. It's not her, but it's other things working through her to ruin it. They want this. And I literally have to walk 2 acres away to make a video. Imagine that. Like, that's why I have fucking 30 acres of land so I can make a video for God. That's why God wants me to live here. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to make a stupid video. Imagine if I lived on a city block or something. Wouldn't even be possible. It wouldn't even be possible. No, I've had it happen where all of a sudden I've had to like literally pull myself away from like the guys at work or something because all of a sudden I feel like calling to go make a video. Like I was actually inside doing stuff when I was I had the Holy Spirit or God told me to go make this video, and I didn't really know where I was going with it. What it was is like I was saying, I was watching TikTok and Sorry that I jump around so much, folks. And I noticed the fakes are so hard up where they're, and like I said, God will like literally put me on there live. Usually I don't comment on nobody. I'm just there to watch. I'm just there. I don't get readings. I'm just there interested in watching. And these so-called divine readers are so rude, greedy, and money hungry. And you know how you can tell? This is where I'm going back to. You can tell by the fruits. If they're that greedy, money hungry, and rude like that, they're not working for the divine. They're not. They're not working through God. Don't do that right now. You can tell by the fruits. Now, some of these other readers I listen to, they're every live they got 300, 400 followers watching, and we watch it like religiously. Like we can't wait for them to come on. I can't wait for them to come on. It's like a religious thing. Like so and so's on. Like drop everything. It's like going and watching your favorite show as like you were a kid. That's how it is to me. Like I said, their energy is so beautiful. I'd love to give them a shout out, but I'm not gonna because I don't know if I should. Because I do sound crazy, I know that. But I'll be rewarded for it, whatever. It's the price you pay to work for God. You do sound like a lunatic, I suppose. But it is what it is. God knows I ain't. I know I ain't. And whatever. I've got a lot of stuff. They don't. Whatever. You got more than me. If you got more than me, and I'm just a minimalist, I'm not gonna lie. 42 years old. That's just me being blessed for being me, working for God. That's why I tell you what I have anyway, just because that way you can see my fruits from working for the God. That's the real deal. God has rewarded me, you know. And that's why I tell you. That's why I'm telling you this. Why I have what I have, though, because I work for God. God gave it to me. It's gifts from God. See here? He tries to take them from me. And God ain't going to let it happen. I ain't worried about it. She knows who they belong to. And she's kind of in on it too, though, because she's very tapped in. She's very tapped in. She's actually very tortured. I feel sorry for her, to be honest. I wish I could do something for her. I can't. You know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's how it is. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And I'm not saying, but I'm just, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. But yeah, these people though, I can tell they're fakes on like TikTok or whatever, and they're so money hungry and stuff. And then God put me on to them, like this one lady I was watching earlier. Her name was Karma. And it was so funny because the minute when I have like God, like I get a sense like, oh shit, oof, God sent me on to this video. That's usually not a good thing. It's usually not a good thing. I start praying for that person. God has sent me on to their live to see how they're gonna react, and I wouldn't want to be them. I don't know what they did. But I wouldn't want to be them. But yeah, it just so happens their name was Karma. And right out the bat, she's like, for one, you're on TikTok, right? So you're going to have people going on your live. And she was, if you ain't got no money, get out of here, da-da-da-da-da, and being rude. And like, a real person that's giving messages from God don't need money for it, right? I get rewarded from God, and I don't charge people for giving the messages to him. I have never charged one person ever for giving their message to God. If God tells me to message a person, I would never charge them. Now, I know it's a little different on the TikTok thing and shit, but still. If they're say a person that really needs a message, they need to hear that message God has for them. And this person has that message, and they're going to be so rotten that, oh, you don't have no money, so you're denied that message. I mean, I get my messages through TikTok too. I also get them through nature, more nature, and everywhere. The sheep know his voice. God's sheep know his voice. That means you know his voice. You understand when messages are from him, whether they're friend or foe. I know that's discernment. You know the message is for you, message is in for you. And some are, some aren't. I can tell. You'll know the difference. God will use the non-divine to message you too. It's all up to the man to know the messages, to know which ones are of God. But yeah, But yeah, when God sends me on somebody's live or something, I'm like, ooh. I pray for them. I'm like, ooh. And usually, right out the bat, I'm like, wow, this person is not. This person is a fake. Fake. Smell it a mile away. Evil. I can sense the evil. I can see it instantly. I'm like, this person's a fake, an evil. They're not of God whatsoever. And then they're the only ones that are thinking that I'm evil. and so yeah, like, so the moral of this story is you never know who's an angel. You never know who is really of God or not. So treat everybody like they're angels and everybody like they're of God. And be humble. And that's all I have right now. Thanks for watching, guys.